Strange Black Beats.
They throw their shadows, we light the sun. Standing tall till the battle's won. Brick by brick, we build a fire. Every step a little higher. We shine, we shine, we shine so bright. Through the storm, through the fight. Haters fade, but we stay strong. Israel, we shine all night long. All night long. Israel, we shine all night long. All night long. Israel, we shine all night long. They whisper doubt, we roll our dreams. Through the cracks, come golden beams. Desert blooms where they see dry. Wings of hope, we touch the sky. Let them watch, let them stare. We rise up everywhere. We shine, we shine, we shine so bright. Through the storm, through the fight. Haters fade, but we stay strong. Israel, we shine all night long. All night long. Israel, we shine all night long. All night long. Israel, we shine all night long. Stars above us, hearts ignite. Every soul a piece of light. Through the struggle, through the pain, we break through like summer rain. Like summer rain. Yeah.
A big salute, family. This your brother K. Judah, giving all praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the beloved Israelite family worldwide, I say peace and blessings. Big salute to the CUC family. Big salute to my brother Shorsham and the Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology, and all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. The question have been asked to your brother KJ. Do you believe in free will? And the answer is yes. The Most High made us a free agent to make the right decisions or the wrong decisions, to choose life or to choose death. That is free will. He not going to make you or force you to serve him. You have to seek him on your own. That's free will, family. Some people believe we don't have free will. If we don't have free will, why do we have sin? That lets you know he didn't make us a robot. If he forced us to serve him, it would not be no sin. That's how you know he made you a free agent to make decisions with the brain that he gave you. He want to see, can this man follow the instructions? And if we can follow instructions, we gonna obey. And if we refuse to follow the instructions, you not gonna obey. That's you making a conscious decision that you don't want to serve him, or a conscious decision that you do want to serve him. Ain't that free will, y'all? But we gonna let the Bible deal with this. The name of this lesson is free will. And can your name be removed out of the book of life? Free will. And can your name be removed out of the book of life? Some people even believe one saved, always saved. Even though the Bible tell you, if a man that is wicked turn from his righteousness to wickedness, all his righteousness would not be remembered. If a man that is righteous turn to wickedness, all his righteousness would not be remembered. But if a wicked man turn to righteousness, all his wickedness would not be remembered. So how you once saved, always saved? If you start to do wicked, all your righteousness won't even be remembered. Yes, your name can be removed out of the book of life. Your name is already in the book of life, children of Israel. But your name can be removed out of the book of life, children of Israel. Go ahead and test the Lord if you think he playing, and start to do wicked and die in wickedness, and watch what happened to your behind in the end. So like I said before, get your Bible. Get you some pen and paper. Please write these scriptures down, family, because my brother called me and we had a great conversation. And he asked me, K. Judah, do you believe in free will? And the answer was absolutely. I believe in free will, and your name can be removed out of the book of life. Now, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. These the type of lessons that we should not have to continue to go over. But because we have so much false doctrine floating around, we got to continue to touch on the same thing over and over as time go on. How you going to believe once you save, you always save, and you're not even saved right now? Nobody's saved right now. Once he deliver us out of captivity, that's salvation. We haven't been saved yet. We're still waiting to be saved. So how I'm saved right now? How I'm waiting to be delivered. Me and my people waiting to be delivered that we be so blessed. So we ain't saved right now, family. Now we walking and running our race to be saved. Let's get it. Now, y'all already know how we get down over here on this platform. We're going to let the Bible talk Bible. We're going to let the scriptures do all the talking. My job is to just line these scriptures up and let the Bible explain to you free will and can your name be removed out of the book of life. So we're going to pick this up in the book of Genesis chapter 2. Let's go ahead and show you right off the top free will. Genesis chapter 2. I see what you saying, Elder Barrel Walk, that a brother at your job. Wow, man, that's crazy. It's right here in the scriptures. How people can't see these things, man. We have free will, family. I don't see how people don't believe that. We have free will. Why I got a brain then? Why do I have a brain? Why do he put us in certain situations for us to make decisions? Why he say we gonna judge angels, we gonna rule the world? Don't you gotta be able to follow instructions and give instructions? Don't you have to be able to be taught and be able to teach? If he telling me to seek him, that's me. I have to seek him if I choose. That's my free will. Seek me, meaning you do it. I'm not going to force you to do it. You seek me if you want to find me. That's free will. How people don't see this? Come on. This is crazy. Genesis chapter 2. Even your parents give you free will, man. My mama told me, soon as you go to jail, don't call me. Soon as you go to jail, don't call me. I had the choice to go out that door and do the opposite of what she just told me. You go out there and do something you're not supposed to do, you go to jail, don't you call me. That was my free will to go out there and be stupid. She gave me the instructions. And once you be stupid, the Most High gonna open up a door for you to go straight to jail. That was my free will. Then you get in jail. Tell my mama you was right, mama. Oh, I should have listened to you, mama. I'm gonna listen next time, mama. Oh, I'm gonna listen, mama. Genesis chapter 2. And your brother K. Judah gonna pick it up at verse 7 through 9. And let's let the Bible talk Bible. Genesis chapter 2. And I'm going to go first, 7 through 9. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7 through 9. And it reads, and the Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And man became a living soul. My elders who first taught me, which was Bro Marlin and Brother Bowie. And like he say, Brother Bowie, it's always good to learn something on your way to learning something. If the breath of life, once he breathed on Adam, he became a living soul, that means you are the soul, family. A brother tried to argue me down one day, and he hung the phone up. He didn't want to talk no more. Because instead of trying to be edified, he just wanted to be understood, but he wasn't seeking no understanding. So he told me, KJ, no, that ain't true what you saying. The soul and the body is not one and the same. So I asked him one question, because like I always tell y'all, I'm not finna argue with you. I'm going to ask for a scripture, and I want scripture. So I asked him, brother, the soul and the body not one and the same? He said, nah, it ain't. I say, go to Revelation 20. I asked him, how can a soul be beheaded? He hung the phone up. He didn't want to talk no more. If you not the soul, and I saw the souls of them that was beheaded, how you not the soul? This is called knowledge, and critical thinking. Let's keep going. Jesus. Verse 7 again for the people in the back. That got me going, Jesus. Verse 7 again. And the Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And the Elohim planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Elohim to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and good for food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So we had Yahshua in the garden, and you had Satan in the garden. Now, he about to give this man some instructions. And let's see if this man gonna obey and follow directions. Jump down to verse 16 through 17. 16 through 17. And it reads, and the Elohim commanded the man. He didn't force him, commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. He gave this man instructions and got out of this man's way to see if this man can follow instructions. Now, the question has to be asked. When he told him, of every tree of the garden you can eat, but of that tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you should not eat of it. In the day that you do, bruh, you gonna die. What could have Adam eaten and live forever and hung around the tree of the knowledge that is good? But he chose to eat from the table with Eve, the table of the knowledge of good and evil. So he gave him instructions. He didn't follow those instructions. We know that. But what could he have eaten and hung around the Messiah, which is the tree of life? Listen to that word, of life. That means Adam could have hung around the tree of life and found out how to obtain life, how to live forever. Is he talking about some apples and oranges and peaches and plums? Oh my. Let's go to John chapter 8. Let's go to John chapter 8. And we coming right back to Genesis chapter 2. So hold your marker right here, because the Bible told me line should be up on line and precept on precept. So we coming right back. Let's go to John chapter 8. Because I got to show y'all what you can eat and never die. What you can eat and find life. What is it? Is it apples? Like we've been taught in the church? Oh, Eve ate an apple. Oh my God. Help us, Father. Woo! Even when I heard that in church, I said, man, how can you eat an apple and get smart? Come on, man, an apple can't make you smart. Even when I was dumb, I still say, hold on, man, can't nobody eat no apple with no seeds in there and be smart. Come on now. What made us smart? The seeds inside the apple? It's not, knock it off. Let's go to John chapter 8. Even when I was goofy, I still knew someone right, even being goofy. This is John chapter 8 and verse 1 and 2. And then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. John chapter 8, verse 1 and 2. And it reads, Yahshua went unto the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into the temple. And all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. He was a teacher. Jump down to verse 51. Jump down to verse 51. And watch this, family. Jump down to verse 51. And it reads, verily, verily, I say unto you, if a man keep my sayings, what he told Adam. If a man keep my sayings, what he told Adam. If a man keep my sayings, he should never see death. Oh, that means when you told Adam of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, and in the garden you had the tree of life. So if Adam would have kept your sayings, he wouldn't have never saw death, because Adam was not created to see death. Eve was not created to see death, but because they ate from the table of the devil, not only did sin come into the world, I'm talking about through Adam, flesh and blood man, also they saw death. That's what he mean when he say of every tree you can eat. You can converse with the tree of life, or you can converse with the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. But let me tell you something, partner. When you converse with that tree of the knowledge of good and evil, in the day that you do, you gonna die. That is free will, fam. That is free will. He gave the instructions. Now it's on us whether we're gonna follow or whether we're gonna be disobedient. That's called free will. So did y'all just see what the Messiah said in verse 51? He say, if any man keep my sayings, he will never see death. Oh, let's go back to Genesis chapter 2 and verse 16 and 17, because now I got better understanding. Adam could have ate from the tree of life and found out how to live forever. That's why when the Bible say in the day that you eat, that's when you're going to die. How old was Adam when he died? 900 and something. How old was Seth when he died? 900 and something. How old was Methuselah when he died? 900 and something. And we can go on and on and on with many of our forefathers dying at 900 and something. What you saying, KJ? They did not complete their day. What was the day? 1,000 years. No man ever lived to be 1,000 years old. So the Bible do hold true that in the day that Adam eat, that's the day he gonna die. And Adam did not fulfill his day, which is 1,000 years old. No man made it to 1,000. He did not complete his day. He died. Even though he lived after he told him this, 900 and some years old, but he didn't complete the day. This is knowledge. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 2 and verse 16 and 17. And if y'all want me to show y'all what they actually ate, I can. If anybody want me to show them when people say it was an apple, I can show y'all what it was. Matter of fact, let's finish this and I'm going to show y'all what she ate. Adam and Eve. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all. Genesis chapter 2 verse 16 and 17. And the Elohim commanded the man, just like he just said, if any man keep my sayings. And the Elohim commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. So what did they eat? What did Adam and Eve eat? Let's go to Hosea chapter 10 real quick. And I do not mind showing y'all. It's not a part of the lesson, but just write this scripture down anyway. So when you're talking to somebody, when they say that and Eve ate the fruit, I'm about to show y'all what she ate. Hosea. Let me get to it first because I know it's Hosea chapter 10. I think it's 13. Let me see. I found it. Hosea chapter 10 and verse 13. This what they ate, family. This what they ate. So link this scripture up with Genesis chapter 3, When they say, and Eve took the fruit and did eat, let me show y'all what she ate. Hosea chapter 10 and verse 13. And it reads, you have plowed wickedness. You have reaped iniquity. You have eaten the fruit of lies. Oh, that's what they ate. The fruit of lies. Satan lied to Eve. She ate the fruit of lies, family. Y'all remember? You should not surely die. God know that in the day that you eat thereof, you're going to be like a God, knowing good and evil. What was the lie? When he told her, you should not surely die. So they ate the fruit of lies. They was conversing, family. This don't got nothing to do with peaches and almonds and plums and grapes and oh my. We talking lies, conversing, conversation. She took of his lies. And her mind got inquisitive. Oh, for real? I'm going to be like a God? He told him not to talk to that tree. Don't converse with that tree. Don't eat from that tree. He going to corrupt your mind. And that's exactly what happened. So Eve and Adam ate the fruit of lies. Not an apple, not an orange, not a plum and a peach and oh my. They didn't eat that. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 2 one more time because I just wanted to prove that to y'all that they ate the fruit of lies. Genesis chapter 2 verse 16 and 17 again. And the Elohim commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Let's go right over to Genesis chapter 3 verse 1 through 13. Because now it's about to explain to you what I just read in the book of Hosea chapter 10 verse 13. So now when I read about Eve, now you're going to know in your mind, oh, she ate the fruit of lies from the devil. Let's get it. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1 through 13. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1 through 13. And it reads, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Elohim hath made. And he said unto the woman, yea, have Elohim said, ye should not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim you have said, ye should not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye should not surely die. For Elohim do know that in the day that you eat thereof, then your eyes should be open, and ye should be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, to make one wise, to make one wise. An apple can't make you wise. A plum can't make you wise. Nothing you bite into. If that's the case, why are people not wise today? Because they sure eat a lot of grapes and plums and old oranges and peaches and all type of things. I'm talking, oh my. And they still goofy. So that's how you know that an apple and fruits don't make us smart. It ain't making people wise. Look at this world today. We got more regurgitators than people want to be wise. Everybody just want to be a regurgitator. And when I say everybody, you know, just people who regurgitate, they are regurgitators. They want to be a regurgitator. They don't read for themselves. So if that's the case, if you want to be smart, go buy you a bag of apples and just bite all of them. You should be wise. Verse 6, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit, meaning the lies thereof, and did eat. She ate his lies, and gave also unto her husband with her. Hey, Adam, come here. He told me that if we eat from this tree, man, we're going to be like gods, Adam, knowing good and evil. And instead of Adam saying, man, you better get up out of here with that and get your butt over here. What did I tell you? What the Elohim told me and you? Well, what he told me, then I told you. Didn't I tell you not to eat from that tree? Get away from there. He didn't do that. He say, really? What? Verse 6 one more time. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. Who y'all think told them they was naked? They didn't know they was naked. So that means what you don't know can affect you until somebody tell you. What you don't know can affect you until somebody show you or tell you. That lets you know Satan told them they were naked. How you know that, KJ? It did never say that Satan told them that they were naked, because it's called critical thinking. Let me show you what I mean. Verse 8. And they heard the voice of Elohim walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of our Elohim among the trees of the garden. And the Elohim called unto Adam, no Eve. He called unto Adam, no Eve. He called unto Adam and said unto him, where's thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, who told thee? No, Satan never told him, KJ. Who told thee that thou was naked? Oh, critical thinking. Satan told them they were naked, family. Do the Bible got to tell me that Satan told them? No, it don't. I know Satan the one told them, because they were eating from that tree that was forbidden. So who else told them they were naked? The Elohim did. Satan, family. Satan did. That's why he just asked him. Verse 11. And he said, who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee, that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, he threw Eve under the bush. She gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Elohim said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. He tricked me, Lord. And boy, I started listening to his conversation, and he tricked me. That's all they did was converse back and forth, family. Satan did majority of the talking, because he's subtle, he's crafty. He played on the woman's mind, because he gonna tell her, you should not surely die. Then he told her a little truth. Man, didn't God tell you can eat of all these trees? Eve hit him with, yeah, but the tree that which is in the midst of the garden, I can't eat from that one. Satan hit her with, man, you ain't gonna die. Hey, Eve, God know that in the day that you eat that you're gonna be like gods, knowing good and evil. See how he played on that woman's mind? He gave her a little truth, and then he gave her some lies. And that's how Satan get down. Don't majority of your preachers today, they'll tell you a little truth. Guess what's gonna be mixed up in it? Lies. Lies that people can't wiggle through and discern. So they listen to the little truth, and then they miss all the lies he just told. Jump down. Oh, no, that's it for that. That's it for that, family. No, jump down to verse 17 through 19. I see it right now. 17 through 19. Because remember, he told Eve, what is this that thou hast done? Now he get mad at Adam. Watch what he tell Adam. 17 through 19. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow should thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field, and the sweat of thy face should thou eat bread. Now we got to work hard just to make a living. It wasn't like this before. Now we got to work hard just to make a living. It wasn't like this before. Now I got to work in the sweat of my face. The Lord did not create us to work hard. But look at us today. We breaking our back just to make a living, man. Verse 19, in the sweat of thy face should thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and dust should thou return. He never told that to Eve, because Eve wasn't created from the ground. Eve was created from man. So he can't tell Eve that she gonna return to the ground, because Adam was taken out of the ground and the woman was taken from man. So who did he go to? He went to Adam. Why did he go to Adam? Because I gave you my instructions, old man. I told you and gave you my command. And you should have told your wife, get away from that tree. We are the covering of our wives. And if women don't have a husband and the preacher is a righteous preacher or teacher, he is the covering of the single women. But the main covering is your Elohim. That's your main covering. But the teacher that's over the women that may be widows or may be single, you are the covering of those women. So you can't be lying to your people and deceiving your people, especially if they under your covering. Because now you playing with fire, because Elohim is the main covering. And if you deceiving them and lying on Yah, boy, you're going to get a brick shower. I'm talking magnificent pounds of baby powder. Magnificent pounds of baby powder. Jump down to verse 22 to 24, and I want you to listen to the words of what Christ about to say. Listen to his words carefully. Verse 22. And the Elohim said, behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat. Oh, lest he hang around me and listen to my conversation with you, Father. If I don't get this man from away from me, this man gonna listen to us and find out how to live forever. He gonna eat the same way he ate from the table of the devil. If we don't get him out this garden, he gonna find out how to eat around us, family, and live forever, Father. So I realized from reading this that once you are tainted by the devil, the Lord got to get away from you, because you ate from the wrong table. Because you can't eat from the table of the Lord and the table of devils. You got to choose one. And they chose to eat from the table of the devil. So guess what? The Lord removed Adam from his presence. Let me keep reading. Watch this. Verse 22. And the Lord Elohim said, behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. Therefore the Elohim sent him forth from the garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man and placed at the east of the garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword which turned every way, to keep the way of the tree of life. No, the garden of Eden. To keep the way of the tree of life. Now you got it wrong, KJ. It's the garden of Eden. That's the most important thing. What did this Bible just say? Don't go by what I'm saying. Go by what you read. It just said that he put the cherubims and a flaming sword to keep who? The way of the tree of life. Adam lost access to the Messiah. He had no more access to the tree of life to find out how to live forever. That's why I just read in John chapter 8, verse 51. He say, if any man keep my sayings, he should never see death. So if Adam would have hung around the right tree, he wouldn't have never saw death. He wouldn't have never died. He could have found out how to live forever. So he was defiled. And once you defile, it's not that you can't repent, but an atonement had to be made. That's why when you go a few verses up in Genesis 3, what did the Lord make for Adam and Eve? He made coats of skin. Where did he get that from, y'all? An animal, right? So we know he made the atonement. Now, whether the Lord is the one who slayed the animal to make them coats of skin, blood have to be shed when sin is on the table, because the blood make the atonement. So I know from critical thinking and common sense that when he made them coats of skin to cover their nakedness, an animal had to die to make the atonement for the transgression. But blood of animals and bulls and goats cannot take away sin. It is a pacifier or a schoolmaster. Knowledge. So KJ, when Adam and Eve fell, brother, you got to be a man of truth, KJ. You can't go by what everybody else say, KJ. So there's a doctrine going around, brother, that the women is the reason why we all die today. So by putting that burden on the woman, they say, Eve, you the reason why we die today, because you the one talk to the devil. Is this true, KJ? Can you prove that by Eve we die? No. Let me go show y'all. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 15. I told y'all, go by what the book say. Don't go by what nobody say, family. Go by what you can read and what your father and your king say, because there's a lot of false doctrine floating around. Let me show you what I mean. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 15. 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Let me show you why we die. Let's see if it's Eve or Adam. 1 Corinthians 15. That's why Adam threw Eve under the bus. He didn't want to take responsibility. So he threw her under the bus. Man, the woman you gave me, dog, she the one gave it to me. But he gave Adam the commandment not to eat before Eve was even created. But he threw her under the bus. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 1, then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. 1 Corinthians 15. And your brother K. Judah going to pick it up at verse 1. And it reads, moreover, brethren, I declare unto you the gospel, which I have preached unto you, which also you have received, and wherein you stand. Jump down to verse 21 to 22. 21 to 22. 21 to 22. And it reads, for since by man came death, no Eve. For since by man came death. Now, KJ, you got it wrong. KJ, you don't understand what you read. For since by man came death. KJ, you got to stop, brother. It say, for since by man came death. KJ, now it was Eve, KJ. I think you're reading that wrong, brother. Okay, let me read it one more time. I apologize. Verse 21. For since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead. For as in Adam all die. I thought you just told me I was reading it wrong, brother. He said in Adam we die because of Adam. You just told me Eve, brother. No, brother. But see what I'm trying to show you, though, that in Genesis, it was the woman. Brother, he just said in Adam we all die. Stop private interpreting the scriptures, boy. Let me read that again for the people in the back. Boy, you just lied to me, boy. I don't want to talk to you no more. Mute. You got to go on mute, like a TV. Mute. Verse 23. Verse 22. For as in Adam all die, even so in Yahshua shall all be made alive. There y'all go. Adam, he blamed Adam, family. He didn't blame the woman. He gave the woman pain in childbearing. But Adam, he gave that boy multiple things. In the sweat of your face, you going to work hard, thorns and thistles, you going to go back to the dirt. Boy, he told him a whole bunch of things. But the woman, he just told her, I'm going to multiply your pain in childbearing. So time out, KJ, use your critical thinking, brother. If something is going to be multiplied, that means something have to be already in place. Oh, let me keep going. Y'all think about that. Let's keep going, family. Let's go to the Baruch. I'm going to open up the window and show. If something is multiplied, don't something have to be in place for something to be multiplied? That means that women had pain, but he said, I'm going to multiply your pain. So now when a woman have a baby, boy, it's a whole bunch of us screaming. I'm talking yelling and screaming to the point of death. He multiplied the pain. But if you're going to multiply something, something have to be in place to be multiplied. That's just called knowledge now. Let's go to Baruch. Let me open up my window for this scripture. Now, because Adam and Eve sinned on their own free will, they made the decision, right? Adam and Eve made the decision to eat from the table of the devil on their own free will. Nobody forced them. All Elohim did was give a commandment, and they did not follow. They did not follow. So you got to bear the consequences of the decisions that we make on our own free will. So because Adam fell, now I got to go double time over just to seek my Elohim. What you mean, KJ? Let me open up this window. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 28. And I'm about to read it from my computer, because everybody may not have an apocrypha, so I'm going to just read it for y'all. And those who do, make sure y'all write this scripture down with this lesson. Baruch chapter 4 and verse 28. Baruch chapter 4 and verse 28, family. Baruch chapter 4 and verse 28. And it reads, family, for as it was in your mind to go astray from your Elohim, so being returned to him, seek him 10 times more. Now I gotta work 10 times harder to seek my Elohim. But if my forefather Adam would have obeyed his Elohim, we would not have to be going through this, family. That's why I always tell people obedience is better than sacrifice. Don't allow your feelings and emotions to get in the way of truth, because your feelings and emotions won't stop judgment from coming down, even though in your mind you think you're doing the right thing. Obedience is better than sacrifice. How you know that, KJ? Y'all remember when David wanted to bring the Ark of the Covenant up to Jerusalem? And one of his men tried to catch the Ark of the Covenant because he didn't want it to hit the ground, which in our carnal mind is a beautiful thing. He don't want the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord to hit the ground. This the Ark of the Lord. That man still died. Why, KJ? Because obedience is better than sacrifice. David got that man killed. How you know that? Because if David would have followed instructions and went and got the priest, like the Lord said, and would have understood that only the priest can bear this ark, that man would have never died. So David got upset because that man died, because David didn't follow proper instructions. So once David followed proper instructions, he went and got the priest and said, because of you, a man's life is lost. Because you knew that you the only ones can bear this ark. Y'all see how the Lord doesn't change his instructions because of sacrifices or because you may be doing the right thing. That man still died. Do you know what that taught me? Just obey. Whatever he say, just obey. And it should be well with you, KJ. Just obey, brother. All right, let me get out of here. I just wanted to read that to y'all, because now we got to go 10 times harder than before. Okay, now let's go to Genesis 12. And I'm about to show y'all that Abraham, with his own free will, obeyed. Nobody forced Abraham. He just was willing to obey. Let's go to Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 through 4. Genesis chapter 12. And just because the Lord love you don't mean that he won't bring judgment on you and correct your behind. You better go ask Moses. You better go ask David. You better go ask Solomon. You better go ask a lot of our forefathers. Even though he loved them, he still corrected them. Why did he correct them? Because he loved them. When he loved you, you're going to receive correction and chastisement. I know about it. That I appreciate him for correcting me in my youth. I appreciate him for having enough love for me to have mercy upon me to correct my behavior, to become a better man, to help somebody else become a better man or a better woman. So we're going to receive correction. And if you can't handle correction, I don't know what to tell you, because our Elohim is a power of correction and also love and compassion, but he will correct your behind. Genesis chapter 12. And verse 1 through 4. And it reads, now the Elohim have said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curseth thee. And in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. So Abraham departed as the Elohim have spoken unto him. And Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. What y'all notice that Abraham did? He just obeyed. The Lord did not force him to leave. He told him, asked him, leave your father's house. Abraham did on his own free will. Now, if the Lord would have forced him, this is what Abraham would have did. Abraham, leave your father. Yes, Lord. Abraham, go to a land that I'm going to show you. Yes, Lord. Abraham, go make me an altar. Yes, Lord. That's not what's going on. This is not a force. This is not by force. Abraham is making these decisions on his own to just obey. He didn't even know what land he was taking him to. He didn't know what was going on. Oh, man, you're going to make me a blessing and you're going to be a blessing in the nation. And Abraham like, okay. But he obeyed on his own free will. Knowledge, family. Let's go to Genesis chapter 17, verse 1 and 2. Genesis chapter 17, verse 1 and 2. And watch this. We're going to walk this down. And we almost done already. We're going to walk this down. Genesis chapter 17, verse 1 and 2. And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, the Elohim appeared unto Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty Elohim. Walk before me and be thou perfect. No, he going to force him to do it. He asking Abraham, you walk before me and be thou perfect. Y'all see that? This is not by force. He asking him to walk before me and be thou perfect. Verse 2, and I will make my covenant betwixt me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. So he asking Abraham, walk before me and be thou perfect. He asked him. He did not force him. He asked him. He did not force him. So on Abraham's own free will, he obeyed Elohim. This is not a forced relationship. We do not have a forced relationship with our Elohim and our King Yahshua. He lay out the blueprint. It's on us whether we're going to follow or whether we're going to disobey. It's on us, family. But know this, your actions, there's consequences. If you obey me, blessings. If you don't obey me, judgment will come down. So I didn't gave it to you. You do what you want with it. That's free will, family. He is not forcing us to seek him. He is not forcing us to have a relationship with him. He is not programming your mind to just walk like a robot. That's why he gave you a brain to make decisions, family. How you gonna rule the world if you can't make decisions? How you gonna rule the world if you can't follow instructions? And how you gonna rule the world if you can't be taught? And how you gonna teach if you can't first be taught? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Let's go to Genesis 22, verse 1 through 8. Let me show y'all that Abraham did all of this on his own free will. Genesis 22 and verse 1 through 8. And Genesis 22 is prophetic and allegorical. What you mean, KJ? Everybody think this really talking about Isaac, but it's not. This talking about Yahshua and what the Most High did with his only son. That's why, as I read this, pay attention to the language. Here you go. Genesis 22, verse 1 through 8. And it came to pass after these things that Elohim did tempt Abraham. Not tempt him with evil, he tried him. Not tempt him with evil, he tried him. So all y'all running around in the conscious community talking about, yo, God wanted the man to kill his son. You don't have no understanding. This is allegorical and prophetic. But because you're not spiritual, you can't see this. So I advise you to be quiet on the things you don't understand, which are spiritual. Hush your mouth, please. Verse 1 again. And it came to pass after these things that Elohim did tempt Abraham and said unto Abraham, and he said, behold, here am I. And he said, take now thy son, thy only son Isaac. Whoa, hold up. He had a son named Ishmael. Why did the Lord just say your only son Isaac when he had a son named Ishmael? Because Isaac was the son of the covenant. And if you are not in covenant with Elohim, he don't recognize you. He don't know you. That's why he said your only son Isaac, because Isaac is the son of the covenant. And when you're in covenant with somebody, you recognize those participants in the covenant, which is Isaac. Verse 2. And he said, take now thy son, thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him therefore a burnt offering upon one of the mountains, which I will tell thee of. And Abraham rose up early in the morning, and saddled his ass, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up, and went unto the place of which Elohim had told him. Then on the 3rd day, when was Yahshua raised up from the dead? Y'all don't see how allegorical and spiritual this is? You don't see that you have to have eyes to see this? Why did Abraham go on the 3rd day? When was Yahshua raised up from the dead? On the 3rd day. Do y'all see this? This don't have nothing to do with Abraham and Isaac. This is what the Most High did with Christ, his only son. How he did not hesitate to bruise him, to allow him to suffer for many brethren and sisters. Verse 4. Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young men, abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham to his father, and said, my father. And he said, here am I, my son. And he said, behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? Why did Isaac say, where is the lamb? Why did Isaac say, where is the lamb? I thought Isaac was about to be the burnt offering, but Isaac is asking his father, Father, hey, Oracle, appreciate it, my sister. Can y'all, no respect, y'all. I told y'all, no respect. Y'all gotta believe y'all brother. No respect, family. Let me keep going though. No respect. So he asked Abraham, where is the lamb for the burnt offering? Y'all see that? Where is the lamb, my father? But Isaac gets the sacrifice, right? Man, this went way over a lot of people's head. Isaac, this is prophetic, man. This is allegorical. What do you mean, KJ? Let's go ahead and get a precept. Let's go, family, to John chapter 1 and verse 29. John chapter 1 and verse 29. Y'all know what the Lord had to work on me on? And I'm keeping it real with my family. The Lord had to work with me when I'm dealing with stupid people. Y'all have no idea. I had to be worked on for real, y'all, because I hate stupid people. Now, why are you saying that, KJ? I can't stand people who have no respect for other people. It make me sick to my stomach. Now, I'm teaching, and this person is putting all this stuff in my chat because he's stupid. Why can you not respect another man? Don't disrespect me, dog, and you still doing it. I'm teaching, family, and this dude is flooding my chat with all this. Stupid. No respect, man. But see, I done got better over the years. You see, I ain't saying nothing. Arca handling it, though. Arca handling it, but I'm just telling y'all, no respect for another brother. No respect for his fellow servant. Why would you flood a man chat with all that? I'm teaching, bruh. No respect, y'all. Stupid people, man. Let's go to John chapter 1 and verse 29. I would never disrespect another black man or a black woman or anybody that, for the matter of fact, I won't disrespect nobody. It's all about respect, family. Respect is everything. I'm not coming to your chat to flood your chat and bother you about what you teaching. That's what you teach on your platform. I got my own platform. This don't make no sense, bro. Be respectful, man. Come on. I'm teaching. Big salute to my elder bro Tim. Bro Tim in the building. Big salute to my elder, bro Tim, in the building. Big salute, elder. Let's go to John chapter 1 and verse 29. Thank you, Father, for working with me, boy, because I'm telling you, back in the day, it would have been all hell on wheels. John chapter 1 and verse 29. Now remember, Isaac just asked Abraham, Father, I see the wood, but where's the lamb for the burnt offering? But time out. Isaac is the burnt offering. Isaac is the one about to be slayed, right? No, family, this went way over Abraham head and Isaac head. What you mean, KJ? When he asks, where's the lamb? Watch this right here. John chapter 1 and verse 29. The next day, John said, Jesus coming unto him and said, behold, the Lamb of God. Where's the lamb, my father? The Lamb of God. Where's the lamb, my father? The Lamb of God, which take away the sins of the world. Oh, so when Isaac asks Abraham, where's the lamb? This is talking about the Messiah. So when he asked Abraham to sacrifice his son, he didn't really want him to kill his son. The Most High is prophetically speaking to Abraham, this is what I'm about to do with my son. And he did not hesitate to sacrifice his son. Let's go back to Genesis 22. And verse 7 again, because now we understand Yahshua is the lamb. He is the lamb, family. Genesis 22 and verse 7. And it reads, and Isaac spake unto Abraham his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I, my son. And he said, behold the fire and the wood. But where is the lamb for the burnt offering? And Abraham said, my son, Elohim will provide himself a lamb. Oh, woo! This is powerful. This is powerful. This is talking about the Messiah, people. All you got to do is go to Hebrews chapter 11. And it's right there for y'all. When they talk about the faith of Abraham, guess what it say, family? He said that when Abraham was about to sacrifice his only begotten son. Now, who is called only begotten in the Bible? Yahshua, family. He said, knowing that God was able to raise him up from the dead. He wasn't talking about Isaac. He was talking about the Messiah. Because the Most High did not leave his soul in hell to suffer. He saw no corruption. He said he took Isaac in a figure. If you go look up the word figure, it's going to tell you allegory. This is knowledge. So do y'all see what's going on? That Abraham is doing this on his own free will. When the truth came to me, it was my own free will to obey. The Lord did not force KJ to accept truth. He laid it out. He laid it before me, and I chose to walk in it. It was my own free will. It was my choice. So when people say we don't have free will, yes, we do. He made you a free agent, and he's going to ask me to seek him. That means that's my free will. Whether I'm going to seek him or whether I'm not, that's your choice. That's your free will. Let's go, family, to Genesis chapter 22 again. We already here. But this time, we're going to go 8 through 12. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. So let's just pick it back up 8 through 12. And then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. So we already in 22. But this time, let's just go 8 through 12. Genesis 22, verse 8 through 12. And Abraham said, my son, Elohim will provide himself a lamb of the burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And they came to the place which Elohim had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order and bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of our Elohim called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, here am I. And he said, lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest Elohim, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thy only son from me. And we know that was not his only son, but that was the son of the covenant. Knowledge. Jump down to verse 15 through 16. 15 through 16. And because Abraham did this, what did the Elohim say? Verse 15. And the angel of our Elohim called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time and said, by myself have I sworn, said your Elohim, for because thou hast done this thing and hast not withheld thy son, thy only son from me, which is Isaac. Y'all see this? So Abraham, out of his own free will, chose to obey. He made no excuses about obeying. He just obeyed. These are examples for us, family, that the Lord is going to lay it out before you. He's going to open up your eyes and take the veil off. And it's on you whether you're going to follow the truth or not. That's why I don't argue with people, man. Guess why? Because once the seeds are planted, what are you going to do? Are you going to allow the seeds to grow? Or are you going to allow the seed to wither away? Because if you want the seeds to grow, Yah is going to water you. But if you choose not to obey, you're going to wither away like a fig tree. It's on you. Why I'm going to fight with you on your own salvation? Why I'm going to fight with you if you don't want to receive the crown of life? That's on you. I'm not finna do no debates with you, argue with you, fight with you. I'm going to lay it on the table what the Bible say. If you tell me, man, I don't want to worship or serve, that's on you, your free will. But I'm going to obey. And my house is going to obey. That's just what it is. Let's go, family, to Exodus chapter 20. Because I want to show y'all something in the book of Exodus chapter 20. The Lord did not force these commandments on them. He gave it to them, and it was on them whether they was going to obey or not. And let me show you what they said after he gave them the law. Exodus chapter 20, and we're going to read 1 through 17. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 1 through 17. Do y'all see this, though? I have not read where he forced me to do anything yet. I haven't read where he forced me to do anything yet. Not one time. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 1 through 17. And it reads, and Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am the Elohim thy power, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, thy Elohim, thy power, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Everybody don't love the Lord. Everybody don't love Yah. Everybody don't have faith in Yahshua. He just said to them that hate me. And you have people out here who hate our Elohim, who hate our King Yahshua, and they will never change. Some people ain't never going to change, family. Don't you understand that? If that was the case, why are people going to be in the lake of fire? Because some people never going to change. And some people are going to change, and they're going to do better. You see what I'm saying? Some people going to change, some ain't never going to change. I ain't about to fight with you. The change is on you. If you don't want to change, don't change. If you're going to do better, do better. He that is righteous, be righteous still. He that is wicked, be wicked still. That's what the book say in the book of Revelation. The Lord ain't finna fight with nobody, man. Verse 7, thou shalt not take the name of thy Elohim in vain, for the Elohim will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of your Elohim, thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Elohim made the heavens and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Elohim blessed the 7th day, Wherefore the Elohim blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it, meaning he set it apart. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land, which the Elohim thy power giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. So I want you to notice that he laid all this out, right? 1 through 17. The first couple commandments was about worshiping your Elohim. The rest of it was about treating one another with respect and love and compassion. Because if you love your brother, you won't sleep with his wife. If you love your brother and sister, you ain't going to steal from them. If you love your brother and sister, you're not going to cover what God blessed them with. And if you love them, you're not going to bear false witness against them. That's love. So if you love me like you love Elohim, man, you're going to walk in peace. But if you don't love Elohim, you're going to treat me any kind of way. Because you first got to respect him before you can respect me. And if you don't respect him, there's no way you're going to respect me. If you don't love him, there's no way you're going to love me, bro. Because if you can't see the reflection of what you was created from, there is no way you're going to show me any love. Because you got to first love him and have faith in Yahshua. So if you walking in these commandments, I guarantee you, you're going to walk in love with your brothers and sisters. But if not, you can forget it. You can forget it. So do y'all see that he laid this out on the table, right? This person is still doing it. You see what I'm saying? See, back in the day, I say all type of names to this person right here. But I'm trying to walk in righteousness because I just asked this person to show some respect and they still flood my chat. Well, y'all have no idea. I'm telling you, boy. That old K. Judah, the old boy, I would have been a menace to society. See, a person like this won't play with me like this in real life. So that's why I say this the internet, family. So we can't really, get too mad. But what a respect at, dog. I just asked this person to stop and he's still doing it. See what I'm saying? Let's go, family, to Exodus chapter 24, verse 1 through 7. I don't know if that's a bot because they putting Yahweh change it not and all that. I don't know. That might be a real person. They just have no respect. That's all. Exodus chapter 24, verse 1 through 7. Let me show y'all what Israel said to Moses. And this is how you're going to know we have free will. Watch this. Exodus 24. Exodus 24, and I'm almost done. Exodus 24, verse 1 through 7. Check this out, family. And it reads, and he said unto Moses, come up unto your Lord, thou and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 7 of the elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off. And Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they should not come nigh, neither should the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of their Elohim, and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord hath said will we do. Y'all see that? The Lord did not force them. They said they gonna do it. They said they was gonna obey. And we know they did not obey. But he did not force it on them, y'all. They told Moses all that the Lord said we gonna do, Moses. Did they do it? Verse 4. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early in the morning, and built an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offering and sacrificed peace offering of oxen unto the Lord. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled upon the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people. And they said, all that the Lord hath said will we do, and be obedient. There y'all go. They said they was going to obey. Y'all see that? They said they was going to obey, y'all. So the point that I'm telling our people and just believers in general, you do have free will. That's why sin is on the table. If there is no free will, it should not be no sin. If God made me a robot, I should just automatically obey. But because we know that is not the way the Lord made us, because he said we should judge angels and we should rule with Yahshua. To rule with the Messiah, you have to have some knowledge. You have to be able to follow instructions and give instructions. You have to be able to be taught and teach. That means that he is not forcing you, man. You is making a conscious decision to seek your Elohim. You are making a conscious decision to believe in Yahshua HaMashiach. You doing this. Nobody forcing you. Nobody forced me to come into the truth. He opened the door. I walked through the door. Nobody forced me to read these scriptures every day and give Yah my time. I do that on my own free will. Nobody hit me upside the head with baby powder and said, get in there and read that book, KJ. I do it on my own free will and my time. I want to know him. I seek him. I want to have a relationship with him. I don't just want to know my nationality. I don't want to just know about fringes. I don't want to know about garments. I want to know him. What make you happy? What make you mad? What bring wrath? What bring peace and love and compassion? I want to know him. I want to know Yahshua. So in order for me to know him, don't I got to read, y'all? Don't I got to study? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, family. I'm seeking on my own free will. He's not forcing me to seek him. I choose to seek him. And many of you choose to seek him. We're not being forced. Okay, family, let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1 through 3. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down, and I'm almost done. And then we're going to get to the book of life. Can your name be removed out of the book of life? Because you got some teachers on the internet talking about your name can't be removed out of the book of life. Man, who told you that, man? Yes, your name can, bruh. Deuteronomy 30. Verse 1 through 3. Deuteronomy 30, verse 1 through 3. And it reads, and it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether your Elohim have driven thee. Do y'all see what he's saying? If you call them to mind, y'all do it, call it to mind. He ain't forcing you to call it to mind. He telling you, when you're in captivity, if y'all turn to me and call these things to mind, verse 3, that then thy Elohim will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether the Lord thy Elohim have scattered thee. Jump down to verse 18 through 20. 18 through 20. 18 through 20. And it reads, I denounce unto you this day that ye should surely perish, and that ye should not prolong your days upon the land, whether thou pass over Jordan to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, life and death, life and death, blessings and cursing. Therefore choose life. He even told you what to choose, man. How this ain't free will? This is free will. Choose life, man. I said before you life and death. He telling you better choose life. Because if you choose death, it ain't going to be good for y'all. So just go and choose life, man. I said before thee blessings and curses. Therefore choose life, that thou and thy seed may live, that thou mayest love the Elohim thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him. For he is thy life, for he is your life, who been keeping us alive. For I am your life. Why they can't kill us? For I am your life. They poison our food and we still alive because I'm your life. They poison our water and it don't affect us because I'm your life. He told us we gonna eat poison and live because I'm your life. I'm keeping y'all alive because I'm your life. For he is thy life and thy length of days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which your Elohim sware unto your father, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob to give them. There you go, family. Let's go, family, to Numbers chapter 14. And let me show you what disobedience will cause. And then we're going to deal with free will. Then we're going to deal with free will. I mean, not free will. Then we're going to deal with the book of life. And then I'll be done. Let's go to Numbers chapter 14, verse 1 through 3. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. Numbers chapter 14. Disobedience come with dire consequences. Disobedience come with dire consequences, family. And we all have been there in our life to where, even though we didn't know the truth, we still knew from our mamas teaching us and daddies teaching us and grandma and them and grandpa and them, we knew that our actions, because we feel bad after we do something, we know consequences to our actions, whether it's from mama, whether it's from daddy, grandma, grandpa, or the Elohim. There's consequences to every action. And there's also blessings and peace to every action. You got to choose one. Choose what you're going to do. Choose what you're going to do. Numbers chapter 14, verse 1 through 3. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and all the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would God that we have died in the land of Egypt? Or would God that we have died in the wilderness? And wherefore have the Elohim brought us unto this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return to Egypt? Do y'all not understand that the Lord just delivered his people, split the Red Sea, brought the 10 plagues, showed them great kindness, and they're going to say it was better for them in Egypt? They said it was better for them in Egypt, family. Jump down to verse 26 to 35, because now the Lord is fed up. He about to tell Moses, look, bro, hey, you better do something, or I'm going to kill his people, man. So watch what he tell Moses, because he's sick and tired of being sick and tired, man. The Lord is tired of they murmuring. He tired of they complaining. He tired of they whining. So look at what he tell Moses, verse 26 to 35. Verse 26, and the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmur against me? I have heard the murmuring of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in my ears, so will I do to you. Your carcass shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were number of you according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun. But your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. But as for you, your carcass shall fall in this wilderness, and your children shall wander in this wilderness 40 years, and bear your hold'ems, until your carcass be wasted in the wilderness, after the number of the days in which you search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year. Y'all see what he did? He turned 40 days to 40 years, each day for a year. That's 40 years. Verse 34, after the number of the days which you search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year, ye shall bear your iniquity, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise. There y'all go. Verse 35, and I, the Elohim, said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me in this wilderness. They shall be consumed, and there they shall die. Their own actions cause their death. Their own disobedience caused them to die. So why everybody want to blame the Lord? Well, he's God. Why he just won't do this? Stop blaming Elohim for your actions and bear your actions. If you made the decision, bear the consequences. And stop crying, talking about why God won't stop this, why he won't stop that. Why would he stop everything? That means, hey, why he give you a brain for then? I can't believe in God because look at the world. Why you won't blame man for the world problems? The man made these decisions for the world to be this way. Don't blame God. Well, why he won't stop it, KJ? Why would he? The world have rejected him. So he leaving you to your own devices. He leaving you to how you want to live. Look at how you living. Look at the world when you don't want to worship Elohim. He leave you to your own devices. Now everybody crying, talking about why God won't stop this. Why God won't, I won't stop nothing neither if I was God. Why stop it? This what you wanted. I'm giving you what you asked for. I'm giving you what you wanted. Now figure it out. But once we come back to him and seek him, he opened up a door for us to be able to come back and seek him. But I don't blame Elohim for the world problems. I blame man. Man made decisions to poison babies. All these babies in the children's hospital, everybody talking about, oh man, why God got all these babies and these babies dying of cancer. Blame man for that. Man shooting babies up. Man poison food. Man poison water. Man destroy babies. Man violate babies. Man do that. Or one man. Oh man, boy. Oh, they killing all these babies and Planned Parenthood. Guess what? They created Planned Parenthood for you to kill your babies. I'm talking all nationality of women. Because that's what the devil, he hates the creation. And Satan is doing everything in his power to destroy you. Because remember, Satan can't make you do nothing. He's a prosecutor. Yahshua is the defense attorney, the mediator. Satan's job is to accuse you before the Father. That's it. Him and the Father is not in opposition. They're not fighting each other. Satan is an employee, which is a prosecutor. He bring evidence to the Father and accuse you before the Father like a prosecutor. And Yahshua is the defense attorney who going to plead your cause before the Father and speak on your behalf, but not Satan. Satan is a prosecutor, and he do his job well. He always accusing you before the Father. That's what he do. So the Father is the judge, and Yahshua is the mediator, defense attorney, and Satan is the prosecutor. This is really how it is. And he always making accusations and accusing you before the Father like a prosecutor. Well, I think he should get life. I think he should receive death. Well, your law say, the law say right here that if he was to do this, and then Yahshua backdoor him and go, Father. Look at the evidence though. This person been walking right. He slipped a little bit. But should this man have to die and receive death for this mistake, Father? When you look at his record, he haven't been in trouble. He haven't really did nothing that requires death. Y'all see what I'm saying? This is what we battling. We are battling a prosecutor who wants you to go to prison for life. And we got a defense attorney who is a defense attorney who is speaking on your behalf. And Yah is the judge. And the judge hear the evidence on both sides and make the decision based on the evidence. And we know Yahshua had never lost the case. Knowledge. Let's keep going. So do y'all see that they died in the wilderness from their own actions? They died in the wilderness from their own actions. Nobody made them do that. I'm not going to even respond to this. This person don't even know me. That's why I be telling y'all, people come in the chat, look, he don't know me. I never met this person in my life. You don't have the true understanding, fam. So, according to you, right? Okay, let me get you off the screen. We don't worry about what people say. Where his China at? Let's keep going, y'all. Let's go to Exodus 32. Now let's deal with the book of life. Can your name be removed out of the book of life? Nobody is more foolish than a black man. And I'm not talking to all my solid brothers. I love y'all with a pure heart. But I got to keep it 1,000 with y'all. Nobody is foolish than some of these black men. They are the most foolish men on the earth. But the solid brothers that's handling business, I salute you. I love you. But black men are coming in another man's chat box and they'll say, you don't have the true knowledge, fam. I don't even know this dude. He don't know me. He said, don't be mad. This is a dummy. But let's keep going, though. Just stupid, dumb. But I bet you if he come on a panel, I'll make him look like an elementary school child. Everybody want to talk, family. Talkers. Running their mouth. Don't got no channel, though. He ain't feed nobody. He just talking in the chat box. Let's go, family. to Exodus chapter 32. This nigga said, don't be mad, and I ain't even mad. This nigga dumb. Boy, these people stupid, man. I'm serious, family. Let's go, family. Exodus 32. You still dumb because you don't know me, dummy. I don't got to know you. I don't even know you. Why you in my chat box? If I don't got no knowledge, why are you here? Leave. Matter of fact, I'm going to help you leave. See you. That's how I do to you. Get out of here. You're interrupting the class anyway, goofball. You're goofy. Now you can listen in the back, but you won't be able to write no more. So listen to me. Let's go to Exodus 32. Goofy. You see what I'm talking about, Elder Bro Tim? You see what we got to deal with, Elder? Disrespectful, boy. Exodus 32, y'all. Now we about to deal with the book of life. Can your name be removed? Let me show you that it can, according to the scriptures. Exodus 32, verse 1 through 5. I don't know what happened to Aaron, y'all. I mean, his heart, boy, his heart was weak. His mind was weak, family. Woo. Let me show y'all. Exodus 32, verse 1 through 5. And it reads, and when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, up, make us gods, which should go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what has become of him. And Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earring. What is wrong with this man? Come on, Aaron. Break off the golden earring which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graven tool, after he had made it a molten calf. And they said, these be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation and said, tomorrow is the feast of the Lord. Oh my God, man. What is wrong with Aaron, y'all? What is wrong with Aaron? Now, I love my forefather. What's wrong with him, though? He allowed flesh and blood people to scare him into disobeying Yah. If 20 of y'all run past me and say, go do this, I guarantee you, and people who know me gonna speak to this. Boy, I'm gonna reject all 20 of y'all and say, boy, you ain't finna make me sin against God. Better get up out my face. Do what y'all gonna do, because I ain't sinning against God. I'd rather take the bruises, the baby powder slaps, the brick shower. I'm not sinning against my Elohim. I'm gonna be in the hospital bandaged up, but I never sinned though. Head gonna be swole, but I didn't sin. I didn't fall. I didn't let flesh make me disobey. Jump down to verse 21 to 22. 21 to 22. And here it go, family. 21 to 22. And it reads, and Aaron said, verse 21. I'm sorry, verse 21 to 22. And Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee, man, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? And Aaron said, let not the anger of my Lord wax hot. Thou knowest this people, that they are set on mischief. So Aaron, because the people wicked, he gonna make the calf and blame the people and say, man, you know these people messed up, Moses. I just went on and made it for him. Man, the Lord wanted to kill Aaron. But Moses prayed for his brother. He wanted to kill Aaron. But Moses prayed for his brother, man. This man supposed to had been slain. This is a great sin. The Lord just brought them out of Egypt, and they going to say, these be your gods, O Israel, that brought you out of Egypt. They talking to a statue, a calf, something that can't talk. It can't smell. It can't hear. These people is crazy. These our forefathers, y'all. They was crazy. Jump down to verse 31 to 33. 31 to 33. And it reads, and Moses returned unto the Lord and said, oh, this people have sinned a great sin, and have made them gods of gods. Yet now, if thou wilt forgive their sins, and if not, blot me, I pray thee, out of thy book, which thou hast written. And the Lord said unto Moses, whosoever have sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. Oh, so you can be blotted out of the book. You can be blotted out of the book. That mean, Israel, you already in the book, but you're trying to keep your name in the book. But it can be blotted out of the book because he just said it, family. So we got people like Corey Minor. He telling people, once you save, you always save, and your name can't be taken out of the book of life. I don't know what Corey be saying. Thick as them glasses is, he should be able to see through the pages. And it says it right here, whosoever sin against me, him what I blot out of my book. So how you can always stay in the book when he just said, I'll blot you out my book? Make it make sense, Steve Urkel. Let's go to Psalm 69, verse 1 through 3. Because y'all sure about to say it again about the book. Let's get it. Psalm 69, and I'm almost done. I only got a few more scriptures after this. Psalm 69. We got to let the Bible handle business. We ain't got to do all that talking. That's why I don't do no I'm just reading, family. I'm not saying nothing. The Bible doing the talking, right? That's how we do it. The Bible do the talking. And I'm going to tell y'all something, and me and Elder Bro Tim talked about this in the comic section. A lot of people that come up against us, they jealous-hearted. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. It's jealousy and envy. Why? Because me and Elder Bro Tim, even though we give the Most High the praise, we give Yahshua, faith in him, our King, and we acknowledge our King. We praise our Father and thank him for the gifts he has given us to be able to edify. These men are jealous-hearted, family, because they can't do what we do. So instead of worrying about his gifts and talents or what he's supposed to be doing and what his purpose is, they watching me and Elder Bro Tim. And they come in the comic section trying to fight against us. We don't know these people. These people can be trolls, bots. But the point I'm making, though, the fact that they are willing to be that disrespectful says a lot. Says a lot. Jealous-hearted, family. Envious. That's what it is. That's what it is, family. Let me keep going. Let's go to Psalm 69. One thing I can say about Elder Bro Tim, and I listen to my elder every time he drop a video, he leave no wiggle room for doubt. So you cannot punch holes in what he teaching because he leave no room for you. That's why y'all don't never deal with his doctrine that he bringing forth. You come crying about other stuff that don't got nothing to do with nothing. My brother Timothy Jacobs told me, KJ, you leave no wiggle room for doubt, brother. You line everything up. I get the Most High praise for that. Bro Tim the same way. Elder Bear walking them the same way. We leave no room for doubt so nobody can come and say, he teaching false doctrine. Where is that? Present the evidence. Present the evidence, Elder Bro Tim teaching false. Present the evidence, K. Judah teaching false. You can't do that. Go do it. If you can do it, you'll do it. Do it. Present it. This is jealousy and envy, family. Telling you what it is. Psalm 69, man. Let's go and get done. Let's go and knock it out the park. Psalm 69, verse 1 through 3. And I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. And it reads, save me, O Elohim, for the waters are coming to my soul. I sink in deep mire, where there is no standing. And I'm coming to deep waters, where the floods overflow me. This is talking about Yahshua, family. David is speaking, but this is also prophetic. How I know that? Because the people surrounded Yahshua, they tried to throw him off a cliff. They wanted to stone him. So he said, it's like waters covering me. It's like waters overflowing me the way these people are, just stranging up on me, coming up on me, persecuting me. This is talking about Yahshua, y'all. Verse 3. I am weary of my crying. My throat is dry. My eyes fail while I wait for my Elohim. Jump down to verse 21 to 28. And let's deal with this book of life. 21 through 28. And he about to tell you right now, 21 through 28. And it reads, they gave me also gall for my meat. And in my thirst, they gave me vinegar to drink. I told y'all this time about Yahshua is prophetic. Verse 22. Let their table become a snare before them. And that which it have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. This Yahshua talking. Let their eyes be darkened, that they see not, and make their loins continually to shake. Pour out thy indignation upon them, and let thy wrathful anger take hold of them. Let their habitation be desolate, and let none dwell in their tents. For they persecuted him whom thou hast smitten. Y'all see that? This not David. He said they persecuted him whom you have smitten, Father. In Isaiah 53, what do it say? It pleased the Father to bruise him. So Christ say, they persecuted me, even though you smitten me, Father. But look at what they doing to me. They persecute me. Without a cause, too. Verse 26, for they persecuted him whom thou hast smitten, and they talked the grief of those whom thou hast wounded, added iniquity unto their iniquity, and let them not come into thy righteousness. Let them be blotted out of the book of the living, and not be written with the righteous. There you go. Let them be blotted out of the book of the living. He's the God of the living, not the dead. He talking about the book of life. That's out of the mouth of two, y'all. There you go. Your name can be blotted out of the book of life. So I don't know why people lying, talking about your name cannot be blotted out of the book of life. Yes, it can. Play with Yah if you want to. Play with Yahshua if you want to. Die in your iniquity and watch. This is not a game, family. This is truly life and death. And people play a lot of games. But I advise you, don't play games. Let's go to Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And let's get this out of the mouth of 3. We let it be established. And I only got 1, 2, 3, 5 more scriptures after this. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. Let's knock it out the park. Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And it reads, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that should be found written in the book. There you go, family. He say everyone that should be found written in the book. So what about those who are not written in the book? Boy, you better try to do everything in your power to be in this book. And you better know of a surety. Because see, I like to say, if we be so blessed that we're going to be saved. I can't just say I'm going to be saved. That's arrogant. So I say if I be so blessed, because I'm running a race. If I'm running a race and I haven't finished the race, I can't say that I finished the race. I got to go over the finish line, right? Then we're going to see what it is. So I never say I'm going to be saved because I don't know that. But I'm sure giving a good effort to be saved. I'm running a race. I'm trying. Let's go to Malachi chapter 3 and verse 16. Malachi chapter 3 and verse 16, one verse. And then we only got 4 more scriptures after this. Malachi chapter 3 and verse 16. That's why I tell my brothers and sisters, and I just say this out of, I don't like to tell people what to do. I just like to give advice. Family, don't walk around with hatred. You're going to blind yourself. You think that we can teach if our heart went right. You think the Most High going to equip us with this understanding, but we walking in darkness. The Most High can't continue to elevate and equip somebody who is in darkness. I'm telling y'all, it's not going to work. So he continued to equip us with more understanding because our heart is free of any hatred and animosity, especially towards our own kind. But I don't got no hate at all. So I can walk freely in my mind knowing that, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, family. We all playing a role. We playing a role, family. The Most High created this thing from the beginning with Yahshua. And he put all the pieces in place and gave everybody their characteristics. And I already say what you going to do and what he going to do. What army going to do this? What nation going to do this? Who I'm going to set up, who I'm going to bring down. This is already set in stone, family. We playing a role. That's why I don't hate Esau. Guess why I don't hate Esau? Because we playing a role. Esau playing his role, we playing our role. This is a role, family. So I don't get involved in Esau business, and Esau shouldn't get involved in our business. because we all playing our position. Esau doing what y'all say he gonna do, and we doing what y'all say we gonna do, which is teach all nations and bring our people back to him, and all true believers who want to believe. That's our role. Esau got his job, we got our job. And let's do our job. I can't do Esau's job, because Esau's job, he got a perpetual hatred, and I don't want to be like Esau, because Esau is blinded. Esau wake up every day with a perpetual hatred. How you live like that? Just hatred, animosity every day. Just perpetual hatred for your brother. That's sad, man. But that's Esau. That's Esau, family. Let's go to Malachi, chapter 3. If you want to be elevated by Yah, remove all animosity and hatred out of your heart and mind, which is your mind. So when I say heart and mind, I'm talking about the same thing. Your heart is your mind. That's why the Bible says, I search the heart. He talking about your mind, family. He want to know what's in your mind. What you thinking about, man? What's up there? Malachi, chapter 3, and verse 16. And I want y'all to hear this from the great book. Malachi 3 and verse 16. And it reads, then they that feared the Elohim spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it. And the book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord, and that thought upon his name. There you go. A book of remembrance, which is the book of life. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Let's go, family, to Revelation chapter 13, verse 1 and 2. And then I'm going to tell you when I'm going to skip down. And now we got two more scriptures after this. Revelation 13. Revelation 13, verse 1 and 2. Your name can be removed out of the book of life, and the Lord made you a free agent, which is free will. Choose you this day who you gonna serve. It's on you, family. It's on you. Revelation 13, verse 1 and 2. And I'm going to jump down to verse 8. Verse 8. And it reads, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, that's the Greek empire. And his feet was the feet of a bear, that's the Medo-Persian empire. And his mouth is the mouth of a lion, that's the Nebuchadnezzar empire. And the dragon, they go that 4th beast. Y'all remember in the book of Daniel, this beast was so terrible, or this kingdom, there was no animal in all the animal kingdom that he can describe it to. He just say a terrible beast. Now he call it a dragon. Who is this man? They call him Papa. What they call him, KJ? Papa. Who is Papa? All you got to do is go read about the papacy. There you go. You will find your answer. The man of sin is coming straight out the papacy. Holy Father, a vicar of Christ, Vascaris Filada. That's your man. That's your guy. Because Satan gave him great power and great authority. Who is that, KJ? I'm talking Pope. They bowed down and kissed the ring. They even confessed their sins to this man. If you go look up the title, Vascaris Filada, it's called the Vicar of Christ, meaning the substitute for the Son of God on earth, or the Father himself. So this man claimed to be Christ and the Father on the earth. So what do they do when they go in their little boot? Holy Father, I have sinned. This man ain't no Holy Father. This man, a man like me and you, talking about Holy Father. Come on, man. Verse 2 again. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet was the feet of a bear, and his mouth is the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, his seat, and great authority. Jump down to verse 8. Verse 8. And it reads, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. There y'all go. And Yahshua was slain from the foundation of the world, because when Adam sinned, the Most High knew he had to send his son, because the blood of bulls and goats cannot take away sins. It cannot do it. Let's go to Revelation chapter 20, verse 1 through 6. And then we got one more scripture after this. Revelation 20, verse 1 through 6. And we got one more scripture after this. Revelations 20, verse 1 through 6. Y'all know what feel good more than anything? And I know Elder Bro Tim can attest to this. What feel good more than anything, family, is that you could be sitting at the park. You could be shopping in the store. You could be at an event. And when somebody start talking that Bible talk to you, you can cover all bases, man. Nothing feel better than that. Because I'm going to tell you something. Most people that come to me with Bible talk, they come beating on their chest. Look, arrogant and everything. Just blurting out stuff. But I have compassion on them because they don't know, just like I didn't know at one time. So I have compassion on them. I listen to them. I let them talk. The point that I'm telling y'all, nothing feel better than this knowledge. I could be sitting at a park bench and edify somebody. I could be grocery shopping and somebody stop me and I can edify somebody. That's what knowledge brings, family. That's why I read this book, man. I eat this book every day because I want to be able to edify wherever I go. Because one time I was at the park with my son and my daughter, and this is when they was little, real little kids. Brother walk up on me. Brother, you know Jesus? I say, what you mean? He said, do you know the Lord? Brother, do you know Jesus? I said, yeah, I know him. He said, well, I want to tell you about the good Lord. I said, but let me ask you this, brother. What Jesus are you talking about? Because we got two Jesus. You got the true Jesus in the Bible, and then you got the Caesar Borgia Jesus. So I'm just, if you're going to edify me, brother, I need you to give me the right Jesus. That brother walked off, man, just walked off he just walked off. Y'all see what I mean? Because I asked him to give me the right Jesus. This man walk off. But he beating on his chest, coming up in front of me, not knowing what I know, but want to tell me about Jesus, but he giving me the wrong Jesus, which is Caesar Borgia. So I asked him to give me the black Messiah out the Bible. Well, color don't matter, brother. Then he walk off. And I just started laughing while he was walking off, and I kept watching my kids play at the park. Y'all got to know that Satan, he don't like putting people in front of us that don't got no understanding, because he know we going to edify him. So that's why limited people walk up on us. They don't really walk up on us too much because Satan don't want them walking up on us, because they're going to be edified. So it's all up to the Most High if he brings somebody in our pathway and we cross paths and we talk that Bible talk and somebody be edified from that conversation, because edification go both ways. I can also be edified. I ain't the only one always got to do the edifying. I can go in the classroom and be quiet while somebody teaching and don't open my mouth, because now it's time for me to be edified. Revelations 20 and verse 1 through 6. And I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. And I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on a dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should not deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loose a little season. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that was beheaded for the wit. If you ain't the soul, how you can be beheaded? Let's keep going, man. Food for thought. The witness of Yahshua, and for the word of Elohim, and which have not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their forehead or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. The same 1,000 year that Adam did not fulfill. He did not complete his day. He died at 900 and something. And the oldest living person was Methuselah, who died at, I think, 968. So they all lived to be 900 and something, but no man made it to 1,000 years. So Adam did not fulfill his day, or complete his day, which is to make it to 1,000. So now Yahshua come, he gonna give us that 1,000 years of peace. So now you got to have faith in Yahshua, because in Adam all die, and in Yahshua shall all be made alive. Knowledge. Verse 5. But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years was finished. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. On such the second death have no power, but they shall be priests of Elohim and of Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. Jump down to verse 11 through 15. 11 through 15. And it reads, and I saw a great white throne, and he that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heavens fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Elohim, and the books was open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead was judged out of those things which was written in the book of life according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they was judged every man according to his works. And death and hell was cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So much for Corey Minor and other people like him lying, talking about your name cannot be removed in the book of life. I mean, your name cannot be removed out of the book of life. He don't know what he be talking about. I'm serious. So do y'all see that your job is to keep your name in the book of life? You do not want your name to be taken out. I know that the Most High is a merciful Elohim. But boy, there's a scripture so scary that I read one time, and it goes like this. He that have tasted of the heavenly gifts and have been partakers of the inheritance, to turn away, and to renew them again, seeing they put Christ to an open shame. He say it is impossible to turn them again. Woo, that is scary. That is scary. He say that if you taste of this gift and turn back after putting your hand to the plow, he say to turn you again, it is impossible. That's why when people go back into the world and you try to bring them back in, they be like, no, I'm done with that, brother. And boy, my heart ached for that. Oh my God, my heart ached. You have tasted of the heavenly gift, brother, and you have put Christ to an open shame because you was manifesting Christ to the world. Now you didn't cause others to stumble because they see you fail. Let's go to Revelation 21, verse 1 through 2, and I'm going to jump down to verse 27. That's why I say us as teachers, this is a scary job because we can cause other people to stumble. It is scary. That's why when people tell me I want to teach the Bible, I be like, boy, what? Boy, a lot of us try to run from this calling. And you're going to talk about you want to teach the Bible when some of us was running. Because we know this is dangerous. This is dangerous. That's why you got to study, boy, and know what you're talking about. Because this is dangerous. I tried to run plenty of time. But he wheeled me right back in. Try to run again. He wheeled me right back in. He had mercy on me too, because he could have did me like Jonah. He could have did me something bad, but he said, boy, I'm going to have mercy on you because you goofy. And I know you don't know no better. So I'm going to have mercy on you, KJ, because I know you just goofy. You were raised by your mama. She did an excellent job. I helped out. I was there with you, but you real goofy. So I'm not going to hit you upside your head. And he had mercy on me because I was running. I told my grandma straight up, I ain't teaching no Bible. I bet you I don't. She said, yes, you is. I said, no, I'm not. I told her just like that, no, I'm not. I said, I don't want to be no preacher. Look what I'm doing right now. Teaching the Bible. I was just talking. I was just running my mouth. I'm up here teaching. Just like grandma said, huh? She prophesied that to me at 24 years old. Or 23. Look at what your brother doing right now. Teaching, like grandma said. You better tell him. Yeah. You better tell him, Elder Gilbert. You better tell him, Elder Gilbert. Be careful what you ask for, family. He'll give it to you. Revelation 21, and this will be last. Revelation 21, and this will be last. Verse 1 through 2, and then verse 27. And this will be last. Thank y'all for y'all participation. I pray somebody got some understanding of the word of our Elohim and Yahshua HaMashiach. Revelation 21, verse 1 and 2. And then I'm going to skip down to verse 27. Revelation 21, verse 1 and 2. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth was passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, come down from Elohim out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for a husband. Jump down to verse 27. Hold on. Whoa. Hold up, KJ. Y'all see what I mean when I say I need baby powder? Yep. I need baby powder, y'all. I put verse 27 and Revelation 21 don't even got no verse 27, y'all. Yes, it do. See, I need baby powder. Y'all see what I mean? Y'all pray for me. Pray for y'all, brother. But my mind be racing so fast, it do got a verse 27, and I just said it did. Because my mind racing. Verse 27, man. Jesus, help me, Lord. Revelation 21, verse 27. And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whosoever worketh abomination or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. There y'all go. right. Elder Bro Tim. I'm looking at the verses. I say, hold up. What verse 27? It was in the back. I say, oh my Lord, it's right here in front of me. Family, that's the lesson. I thank y'all for y'all participation. I love y'all with the pure heart. Many blessings to the mighty nation of Israel and all true believers worldwide. I want to say this, family. I got a lesson coming up called Gog and Magog, the final battle. Gog and Magog, the final battle. And I will be doing it on the Shabbat. Gog and Magog, the final battle. And Elder Bro Tim touched on this. So a lot of people believe that the Ezekiel 38 is for the Jewish people. That's not true. The Ezekiel 38 prophecy of Gog and Magog and Tubal and Meshach and all them is when he bring us back home. And when we are ruling with Christ, then Satan went and deceived Gog and Magog, and they came up on the breaded of the land, and the Most High rained down fire from heaven and consumed them. That's the final battle. But we're going to deal with it, and I'm going to show you how this all going to play out, how Israel is going to be gathered, and we're going to deal with what the Most High going to do. The Most High going to do to Gog and Magog. Because remember, the Lord then set up the chess pieces from the beginning. He told the end from the beginning. So everybody just playing their position and playing their part. But in the end, Gog and Magog will come up against our land with Ethiopia and Put, which is Libya, Meshach, Tubal, which we know is the children of Japhet. These are the children of Japhet that dwell right around Turkey. So there y'all go, family. That's the lesson. I thank y'all for y'all love, y'all support. Many blessings to every last one of y'all. And we're going to sign out like this.
Yeah. The waves stood high, the night was cold, feet on the sand, hearts feeling bold, a path of dry where waters flow. Oh, step by step they march through time. Oh, faith in Yeshua, hearts aligned. Oh, Yeshua brought us through the sea. Oh yeah, parted the water, set us free. With his power, with his might, turn the dark into light. Egypt's chariots chasing fast, chains of the past they couldn't outlast. Freedom ahead, no looking back. Lifted hands to the open sky. A miracle where the ocean lies. Oh, yeah. You brought us through the sea. Oh, yeah. Parted the water, set us free. With His power, with His might, turn the dark into light. Oh, oh, oh. Whoa. Well, the dark into light. Oh yeah. Well, the dark into it.
In the words of my beloved sister August Dreams, thank y'all for coming to the Lion's Den with your brother K. Judah, the CUC family. Big salute to my brother Sharshan. And big salute to the Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology. And y'all already know about Elder Bro Tim. And like I told my elder boy, he inspired his brother KJ. Just like Elder Barrel Walker and all my brothers, they inspired their brother KJ, boy, to continue to do great works for the Lord, man. And I want to say to all the beloved brothers and sisters in the chat, I salute y'all. I love y'all with the pure heart, and many blessings to this mighty nation. And I bid y'all speed. Let's get it. And I want to leave y'all with these words of encouragement.
If you love Yahshua, walk in His footsteps. He created all things by the spirit of His breath. He showed us the narrow path that leads to life. He hath showed us how to worship the Father, the Spirit of all life.
And your brother K. Judah, Mr. Michael Jackson bad with the scriptures, want to say to all you trolls and all you goofballs, stay out of my chat box and let a man teach and edify the people. And you need a brick shower, you goofball. Salute, family. Goofy.